Trump shut down the United States government for a wall to keep Mexican immigrants from entering the land of immigrants. He modeled his plan on a new wall to be the same as the wall in Israel, designed to keep black and Arabs out of Israel. The Trump wall is said to keep illegal immigrants out and cut down on drugs, crime, rape that's entered the United States. Trump shut down the United States government for a wall to keep Mexican immigrants from entering the land of immigrants. He modeled his plan on a new wall to be the same as the wall in Israel, designed to keep black and Arabs out of Israel. The Trump wall is said to keep illegal immigrants out and cut down on drugs, crime, rape that's entered the United States, and telling them that they can't return to their own damn land. Trump modeled his wall with Israel. 2. The Palestinians call the wall anti-terror obstacles or racial separations or apartheid walls. The walls is meant to stop the browning of America over here. It is similar to the Israel belief. The wall is racist and against the United States Constitution. For a wall, dog, and people over here living below the poverty lines, hustling. There's towns and caravans and bombs living on the street. There are killings of citizens of color by untrained police officers. There are mass killings by white, young, youthful people who killing people for racial reasons and just murdering people in schools and districts. Get help for that for $5 billion, dog. You can't even help our own people. You want to build a damn similarity between the United States and Israel right now. As for Israel, they evicted people from their homes who was there before the Jewish state or the country or whatever was formed, performing terrorist acts on anyone, even kids who are not of that descent, destroy schools and water supplies against other races in Israel, destroying water supplies. What kind of mess is that? But in the United States, there are terrible school conditions without help in bad neighborhoods of color and Mexican residents. Cops designed to harass colored folks and other folks. And I remember a situation in Flint, Michigan, where water supply was tapped off by the government to increase lead. I mean, it's the same thing. The Israel Defense Force is constantly terrorizing demonstrators, civilians, primarily women and children who are having peaceful protests. Just as the United States with the use of incarceration, racial profiling, and targeting the youth as a method of control. Israel locks up blacks, Arab for no reason, claiming they're dangerous and commit terrorist acts or got drugs. It seems similar to Trump's wall speech, blasting Mexican immigrants from rape, drug cartels, and jobs. Trump wants this wall so bad he shut down the government. I mean, it was more than billions of people who was hurting, food stamp receivers, federal workers, TSA workers, airport workers, FBI agents, Coast Guards, the FDA, parks employee. The New York people had to do their own funds to keep the Statue of Liberty clean. We got farmers, Native Americans, and prison guards. The illegal U.S. northern border crossing was up 142% last year. Border Patrol apprehended 445 people during the first 6 months of 2018. Nearly 93,000 Canadians stayed longer past their visa. A recent government report quotes, "It's easier to sneak dangerous material into the United States through 8,000 kilometers of the United States-Canadian border." Post